Hey guys, if you haven't already, give the video a like. Subscribe to my channel. This is a What If series and I'll be doing more down the road, so stay tuned and thanks for watching.
Now for a lesson. You may have heard these words before, but I'll teach you what they really mean. Go beyond! Plus!
Hey guys, welcome to What If Deku Mastered One for All past 1,000,000%. So, where we left off with Deku versus Shinso, and you all know how that battle went. It's just one thing I want to add in. Nobody from the crowd or anything I said in the previous What If said anything to Deku while he was fighting Shinso. Ojiro, the one that told Deku that, hey, this guy has a quirk that can basically manipulate your body. If you say anything to him, you can kiss your match goodbye. And I don't want to see you lose, Izuku. So go out there and have a good match. And Deku just says, thank you, Ojiro. And Ojiro walks away saying, no problem. And you already know how that match went. Because it's a few things that I want to say. Deku was expecting a good match from Shinso. Deku was stretching out. He was pumped up. He's saying, finally, I get to test my abilities in front of everybody. I get to test my skills in front of everybody. And while Deku got into his fighting stance, Shinso was just talking to Deku. And Deku then got out of his fighting stance and turned his head sideways and then left himself wide open. And he was expecting this. He did it on purpose to leave himself wide open because he was expecting Shinso to rush in and attack him, but Shinso did not. Shinso kept talking, and that pissed Deku off because this was a waste of time. Deku was thinking in his head, if you're not going to attack me, you need to get out of the ring. Get out of the ring so I can move on to my next fight. And as Deku just walks up to Shinso and flicks him out, he goes on to tell Shinso that, Shinso, your quirk is useless. It's not prepared for battle. While though you have a strong quirk, yes you do. Your quirk is not very suitable for battle. You shouldn't have, I stuttered there, but you shouldn't have the confidence and rely on your quirk too much because it has a huge weakness. If a person knows how your quirk works, how would you use it against them? What could you do? And if a person had enough battle experience in fighting tactics to fight you, what would you do? How would you defend yourself? Your quirk is designed to get you killed. You have to make it stronger. I'm only telling you this because this is a battle. This is a tournament. We are students. We're not supposed to, kill each other or anything like this in this tournament. But with a quirk like that, if you go out in the world trying to be a hero, you're going to get yourself killed. You need to train more. Strengthen your body and your mind. Not only using your quirk, but learn to use your arms, your fists, your legs, your feet. Use the tools on your body that will help you in a battle, Shinso. And Shinso hears this as he walks away and says, I will be a hero. I will be someone to be strong. I won't be weak. I will make my power strong so I can fight with it. As a tear just rolled down Shinso's eyes. And Deku smiles. I know you can do it. Because as Deku was just trying to motivate Shinso into not relying on his power too much, because that's what Shinso did. Shinso was so confident in his power and his skills that he thought that he could win anything, and that a person that he would face was so gullible to talk to him that he really didn't need to fight. And we go on to the next battle of Tenya Ida versus Mitsume, which I'm not going to get into because you already know how that one goes. You already know how that one ends. And let's go into the next one. So we go against Bakugo versus Ochaku Uraraka. And in this series, it's going to go very different from the original canon, as Ochaku has a trump card. Well, not a trump card. She has something on her side. She has Flash Step. And if you guys don't know what Flash Step is, Flash Step originated in Bleach, and it is a technique that allows the user to move faster than the eye can follow. It was originally, like, it's designed to get the user from point A to point B in such a short amount of time, and speed being its main factor, while Ochaku using this to her full advantage. She wasn't just sitting on her ass before the entrance exam. She thought to herself, should I use the Flash Step? I don't think it'd be that good of an idea just to burst off in that power, because this is a great power that I've learned. It's not really great, but all it does is just give me speed. And she thought about using this when Izawa did that little trial and the running speed test, as I think I didn't explain that. But yeah, I did. Anyway, she was gonna use it then, but she decided not to, as she wanted to use it during something more massive. She wanted to use it against one of her classmates, proving that she was not weak. I don't think I explained much of that apprehension test like I should have. Maybe we could go back to doing that sometime in the story, but as for now, we're going to continue with it. And right now, we're at the USJ, so we're just going to continue with the story. That's a hiccup. Anyway, Ochaku was going to use this during the apprehension test, and she decided not to because she didn't want to display too much. So she decided to use this against Bakugo, and Bakugo telling her, you better not be weak. You better give me a battle worth fighting for. And Bakugo says, this should be easy. And Ochaku just smiles at Bakugo and says, oh, Bakugo, let's have ourselves a good match. And I'm warning you, Bakugo, this match is not going to be easy for you. Although you might be strong, and yes, you might win, this is going to be tough. As Ochaku's face gets serious, and the match begins, and Ochaku disappears out of Bakugo's vision, out of everyone's vision. Everyone's went silent. Even Izuku Midoriya went silent. Like, where did she go? And Ochaku appears right next to Bakugo, and Bakugo sees this, and he lets off an explosion, and Ochaku disappears. Bakugo can't follow her movement as Ochaku delivers a thunderous blow to Bakugo's right cheek, sending him crashing into the ground. Not flying. She sent Bakugo crashing into the ground, but Bakugo brushes this off and sends an explosion dead to her side, sending Ochaku flying. And then he instantly grabs Ochaku and slams Ochaku into the ground. And Ochaku basically uses her leg and kicks Bakugo dead in the mouth. Like she kicks Bakugo off of her, and she instantly hits him like in the face with her kick. And Bakugo like brushes this off. Like now he has a bloody nose, and while he got kicked in the face, he instantly just falls back. And Ochaku gets up after the slam that she just got slammed with, and she gets up and she said, "Ow, that hurt." And Bakugo's bleeding from the nose, and he's like, "What the hell?" Damn, he was thinking in his head. Like Bakugo was literally thinking in his head, like, how is she able to move so fast? I can barely follow her. He was coughing a little bit, and he said, I can barely follow her movements. Damn, what did this girl learn that kind of speed? And as Ochaku says, Bakugo, you want to know something? That's not even the full power of that speed, as I was only moving at least 40%. Would you like to see what happens if I've moved at 100%? As Ochaku was confident, and now she was confident enough to say, possibly, I think I can beat you, Bakugo. And this sends Bakugo into fury, as Bakugo charges at Ochaku, and she disappears again. And Ochaku sends so many punches. Like she punched Bakugo in the side, she punched Bakugo in the back, she punched Bakugo in the face, punching him everywhere. And Bakugo just sends out an all-out explosion. Like he just releases a whole bunch of, you know how Cell does an explosion, or not explosion, you know how Cell repels Goku's attack by using that big energy field like that? Well, that's what kind of explosion it was. It was an explosion to repel it was an explosion to repel Ochaku from Bakugo, so he could get some distance from her. Although this did hurt her, because when he used the explosion to basically repel her back, he then sent two explosions and followed by a punch to Ochaku's face. He sent an explosion to her body and a punch to Ochaku's face. Like, so and it sent her crashing to the ground just like she did him. And then he kicked her in the stomach, sending her rolling back as she felt the pain from that. She tried to use the flash step again, but she couldn't because Bakugo was fast. He was speeding up too. While Bakugo didn't notice, his anger was giving him pushing him to new limits. As Ochaku gets back up and says, "Wow, Bakugo, you're getting faster. I'm not done yet." As Ochaku and Bakugo, they're going at it and grabbing each other. Like, you know how you got in that standstill as Bakugo has her hands clamped, she has his hands clamped, and they're just trying to forcefully push each other back. And Ochaku's losing this battle as Bakugo is way stronger than her as he's pushing her back and says, "I'll push you out of the damn stage." And he's like mad. He's pushing Ochaku, and Ochaku uses her speed and she basically trips Bakugo, but Bakugo instantly has a counterattack. He counterattacks Ochaku so fast, so swiftly, and sends a he uses his explosion, but he uses it to basically speed up his attacks as he's bouncing around the ring with such speed, such power, and he punches Ochaku in the stomach. And what I want to say is, okay, so you know how they're at that standstill. They're doing a test of strength, and Bakugo's overpowering Ochaku, and she sees this. As she used her speed, she used one of her legs to kindly trip Bakugo, and she was finna punch Bakugo down, like basically trying to do the finishing blows, thinking this would be it, this would be over, and that's not the case, as Bakugo had a very counterattack. As he basically disappeared and started bouncing all around the ring with his speed and his explosion quirk, and he sends a punch to Ochaku that she could not read and hits her in the stomach, and Ochaku just coughs out a bunch of spit. And Bakugo is just up. He's tired, and Ochaku's tired too. As Bakugo, he then doesn't let his guard down. He does not let his guard down. Her flash step is not even working anymore as Bakugo's he has her speed down to a T now. He refuses to lose Bakugo's anger, but he also feels some kind of, he feels happy for Ochaku, not happy, but he's happy for Ochaku, he's saying, well, this girl isn't weak. She's giving me a battle, and he gives Ochaku a smile, he gives her a smile, and she smiles back as she knows the battle is nearing its end because she's using her flash step. She's sending so many punches, but Bakugo's blocking each and every one of her attacks. He's blocking each and every one of her attacks. She can't do anything as Bakugo's trying. Not Bakugo trying. She's trying to get an attack through. She's trying to get her attacks to land as Bakugo had her speed down to a T, like I said. And Bakugo says, it's over. You're not gonna beat me. You're not gonna beat me. I swear you're not gonna beat me. And Ochaku sees this as she sees his resolve. She sees Bakugo's resolve in his eyes. While in this battle, Ochaku's not weak. She's been training and everything. Although on the outside, she's this happy, exotic girl. When you see her, the room lights up and everything. When you see Ochaku, your face lights up and you're like, oh, that's Ochaku. Ochaku's here. I wonder you wonder what's going on with Ochaku and everything. Well, in this series, yes, Ochaku is a beast. As Ochaku says, you think I'm using my full speed. I'm not using my full speed, Bakugo. What I told you was a lie. I was never using 100%. I was only using 50%. As Bakugo's eyes widen, wait, was she really just using 50%? And Ochaku then speeds up, hitting Bakugo in the side with a thunderous shock, sending Bakugo dragging, he hit the ground a few times, and some of the rubble and debris come up as when he crashed against the ground, some of the rocks was floating up, and Ochaku touched all those rocks and sent them flying at Bakugo, making them weightless, and Bakugo was hitting the rocks, trying to fight off all of the debris from the ring that basically all the explosions that he was making was leaving a bunch of rocks and stuff around, like a bunch of tiles and basically destruction that Ochaku could have touched and just threw at him, basically distracting him because she needed a distraction in order to win this battle. But would that be enough? Will that be enough for Ochaku to fight against Bakugo? No, it will not. Because Bakugo is destroying all of these rocks and everything. And Ochaku is using this to her advantage. She's hitting Bakugo with so many big shots. Like, Ochaku has the strength. Say, put it like this. So Ochaku's training was put through various amounts to increase her strength in such a little amount of time before she would even enter the UA exam. So as her strength would increase, Ochaku has a strength level almost to that of Sakura. Put up like almost to that of Sakura. So her strength level is not there. It's not at that superhuman level because that would have killed Bakugo. I possibly would, but not at that level. Her strength was enough to damage Bakugo, put it like that. When she hit him, it hurt. And her hits would only make Bakugo more and more and more mad. As Bakugo was getting angry, he was getting stronger. Like, his energy was getting stronger. And I'm going to get into some scenes or some, like, descriptions of how strong is Bakugo compared to Deku in my series. But as now, let's get back into the story. So, Ochaku, she's dancing around Bakugo again. Like, she's moving at speeds, but this is what I told you. Ochaku is getting tired. She can't keep this speed up. She has not mastered this speed. She's moving at 100%, and her legs can't take it. As she's moving so fast, you know, like her ankle, her foot bone broke. Like, she broke and went down because she's moving too fast. She has not been able to control this speed yet, and her foot broke and she fell down to the ground. But Ochaku's overwhelming willpower, as Bakugo was able, when her foot broke, due to her moving at high speeds like that, due to her foot, okay, I'm not going to say that again, but her foot broke. And she screamed out in pain, but her willpower allowed her to get back up, as she says, she's breathing out and everything. And Bakugo, he's getting exhausted as he's saying, damn, this girl, what did she learn that speed as? Her speed is nothing to play with, because her speed is also giving her the power to, say, for example, when she moves at those speeds and possibly dancing around Bakugo, she can use that speed and, like, counterattack it with her strength and not pummel him, but use it as a way to hurt him. So, say, for example, if she does a speed punch, she could hit him in the side, and it would hurt. It would hurt. As their battle is coming to its end, as Bakugo looks at Ochaku, let's call it that, and he looks at Ochaku and says, if you want to use speed at your advantage, I got something for you that's faster than your so-called technique. And he speeds up out of nowhere, basically bouncing up all around the stage, hitting Ochaku with so many explosions, various of attacks and everything. But as he was doing this, the debris went up and everything, and she was using those destruction pieces to basically try to distract Bakugo again, but it did not work this time, as Bakugo was basically dancing around Ochaku. And as Bakugo backed away from her, she was barely able to stand, as Ochaku and Bakugo, they were battle damaged, bloody. Bakugo had blood coming, like he had a bloody nose, and you know how blood tickled from your head, and you know how, like, he had a bruised arm, like his body was they were both battle damaged. And you see how Ochaku's pants, they were ripped up and all that kind of stuff. Bakugo's shirt was gone because all of the, half of his shirt was gone. And I'm trying to make it so the fight was intense. As the officials, even Midnight, she was claiming to herself, like, I hope this really doesn't go as far as both of them killing each other. Her speed is impressive. As All Might goes to say, yeah, she has very impressive speed. And what's the name? Aizawa, he was just thinking in his head, like he was healing up from his injuries, but he was thinking in his head, wow, Ochaku, didn't know you had that kind of speed. I'm wondering why you didn't use it when we did the apprehension test, or why didn't you use it in a battle trial? This doesn't make very much sense. As Ochaku and Bakugo, yes, they're still fighting, but it's coming as Bakugo has the upper hand. Ochaku's barely able to stand due to all the attacks that she summoned, and she's thinking in her head, well, I tried. I wasn't able to beat this guy. I used every attack in my arsenal. I even used my strength up to its T, and it still didn't work. And she looks at Bakugo this way. And it goes a little different as Ochaku, she was willing for and everything. She went out like she had a good battle, but as she looks at Bakugo and she says, you know, Bakugo, we're coming to our end. I don't think either of us has enough energy to keep this fight going. So let's just end it right now. And Ochaku, she has just a little bit of energy to manage to do her last flash step. She has enough energy to do her last flash step to fight Bakugo. Well, to probably end things. And Bakugo, he doesn't even have enough energy to let alone do an explosion. So he says, he has enough energy, but he says, I'll just use it in my speed. And they go into one last attack. And as Bakugo, he uses his explosion and bursts off in a quick flash of speed, and so does Ochaku. They are both moving at 10 speeds, and as they raise their fist, Bakugo, he dodges Ochaku's, and she sees this, and he hits her, and it hits her dead in the face, and Ochaku flies out of the ring. And Bakugo's sitting there like he has a smile on his face, and Ochaku, she had a smile on hers as she did try her best, but she says, they didn't even give me a chance with this one. Why would they place me against that guy knowing I would lose? What a shame. Let me stop stuttering. Anyway, she said, what a shame. This is so lame. I could have did way better if I went against someone else. Oh well, I hope they're impressed by my speed. And that's where we'll end Bakugo versus Ochaku. And that battle, I like that battle. I like the way it went. Okay, and for starters, let's just give you guys a few things. The reason why I wanted to give Ochaku Flash Step is because I wanted her to be stronger than what she is now. I wanted her to at least have some kind of power boost or something to basically be a match for Bakugo, because they won the match for the original canon. So in this one, she's a match for Bakugo, and they're both fighting on like almost equal terms, because at first she started to outmatch Bakugo and wear him down as Bakugo was catching up on her speed, was catching up on her skills and everything, and was kind of doing the same thing to her. And as their battle there, they were going at it, going blow for blow, battle for battle, as Ochaku was throwing rocks down at him as the battle, because you know the stage was getting heavily damaged and the tiles was coming up, and Ochaku was using those tiles at her advantage to distract Bakugo, knowing that he would blow him to bits and everything. And she was attacking his side because he was battling the rocks and everything, and he lost sight of her, and she was using all those ploys to fight against Bakugo. So I wanted to give Ochaku that ploy. I wanted to give Chaku that amp. And Bakugo's not weak. Bakugo is very strong. And at the end, when he fights Deku, it's going to leave a place in the story, although Deku's going to beat him, but it's going to leave a place in the story, like how strong can Bakugo get against, well, knowing that Deku's going to be always number one, how strong can Bakugo get? And Bakugo has the tendency of learning techniques really fast, and such as a move as the Flash Step, he was experienced with it when he's in battle, and he's experienced fighting against such a strong technique. Not that he can learn any of Deku's techniques, but like a linear technique, like a technique such as Flash Step, that which you can be trained in mastering or learning, he picked that up very fast, as you're going to see in his battle with Todoroki. So as they're clearing up, Bakugo is exhausted. He's in the middle of the stage as Ochaku. As he smiles at Ochaku. He smiles at Ochaku and she smiles back as she's like when he punched her out of the stage and she lands on the ground. Bakugo is exhausted because she just gave him a run for his money and he fell dead on the ground. And the match was over with Bakugo being the winner and declaring him to go to the next round. And you're already knowing what's coming after this one. What's coming after this one is Deku versus Todoroki. But after Bakugo and Ochaku, they go to the recovery girl to get their injuries all patched up and everything. Bakugo goes to practice on something that he recently just picked up due to the fact that he learned it very quickly with the traits that Bakugo has. See, Bakugo has the tendency to learn, like I said, he has a tendency to learn things very quickly if it's a move that can be trained in. See, he won't be able to use any of Deku's moves because One For All doesn't work that way due to its requirements. But any other move that he sees that can be trained or taught, he can learn it. He can study in it and master it. And Bakugo says, I need to go off to learn something. And Bakugo goes to ask Ochaku, what was that move you called? And Ochaku just says, oh, it's called Flash Step. And Bakugo hears this and he walks away and says, yeah, okay, I got some training to do. Just let you know, thank you for the match, but you will never beat me again, you damned loser. And he says this to Ochaku, and Ochaku says, yeah, I know I'm a loser, because how would I ever be able to beat you? It put me against somebody that I would not be able to beat, but I did give you a good match, though. And Bakugo just waves his hand, saying, yeah, you died. And the gesture, when he waved his hand, he was agreeing with her, and saying in his head, yeah, you did. You did give me a good match. As bad as it was for Bakugo to admit that or say that in his head, he just agrees with her by waving his hand. I'm sorry for the ravaging there because I'm trying to get comfortable. But anyway, with that being said, I wanted to just give their battle a little more spice. And that's as spicy as I could make it. I don't know if it was okay to make it that way, but this is my what if. So I wanted to see Ochaku strong. I wanted to see her have like an edge in the fight to where it looked like she would have won, but it didn't look like she was going to win. So I wanted to give her that edge, and their fight was pretty impressive and intense to the point they were going blow for blow. And it was impressive to see that Ochaku could get to the level that she was, and it surprised a lot of people in this pod. Like, it surprised a lot of people that she was able to do this. But nonetheless, this is it for the video. If you guys want a part 6 to this video, since the like goal reached its goal in less than 2 days, it reached 40 likes. In less than a day, it reached 40 likes. I'm going to raise the like goal to at least 60 likes. If it gets up to 60 likes, I will do a part 6 video. But until then, the like goal is 60 likes. But until then, you guys have a nice day, a good night. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next What If series. Peace. And remember, plus ultra.